Are you somebody who is preparing for CAT entrance exam? If you're especially from medical background or if you're from biology background, this video is going to be very helpful. Today we are going to talk about quantitative aptitude test preparation, particularly if you are from biology or from medical background. So we'll be discussing various aspects related to the preparation and the mistakes to avoid and the precautions to take related to while you are preparing for quantitative aptitude for CAT entrance exam. Hi, my name is Dr. Nitin, and if you are new to this channel, please subscribe to this channel. On this channel, I share various tips, tutorial ideas, and strategies related to medical and biology career. So if you are not subscribed to this channel, please subscribe to this channel. So without further delay, let's get started with today's topic and let's understand what are the different aspects those are required while you are preparing for this CAT quantitative aptitude. Okay, so before we uh, dive into the specific details, let's first understand what is this entrance exam, this uh, quantitative aptitude is about. So basically, this is a test or a section or a stage in the whole CAT related entrance exam uh, related to mathematical ability skills which you are having. So it is basically related to a few components. Maybe it's related to your arithmetic skill and knowledge related to algebra. So maybe it's related to geometry or maybe the data interpreting. So related to all mathematical abilities and knowledge, it tests the candidate whether that candidate is able for stage or not. So how do you prepare for this kind of thing? So you need to begin with the understanding of basic concepts thoroughly. As always, the fundamentals found forms the foundation of skill or knowledge that you are preparing for. Without having that fundamental knowledge and the clarity, you cannot pursue further. It's related to any science or any field, any skill. You need to start with the fundamentals. Your basics are right, then you can apply those basic principles and the concepts to solve advanced mathematical problems. But for that, you need to have that basic understanding of those fundamental problems. So, particularly if you are preparing for CAT, you need to practice these mathematical problem solving skills. Okay, so that's why that practice is the key. Okay, without practice, you cannot excel because that practice will give some superpowers. I will give you personal example very shortly. Uh, along with that, you need to solve previous year's question papers to gauge the exam pattern. So immediately, like unless and until there is some change in the pattern, you can definitely use previous exam papers just to practice it. When I was like maybe a few decades back, when I was in my 12th standard, I was preparing for my board exams, 12th board exams. What I did was I basically solved I had a textbook for maths. Was especially very much interested in the maths subject, my 12th standard. So I was heavily preparing for maths subject. So I had this maths textbook. So I solved that maths textbook. I had two parts, so maths one, maths. Solved the solved questions and the unsolved questions. Both the exercises I solved by myself. Then I took a question bank. I maybe I don't remember the exact number, but it had definitely more than 1,000 questions. That question bank, that was only maths question bank. So I solved all the questions given in that question bank. I found like after some time I feel that, oh, I have already solved this.
because that was the amount of questions that I have solved those maths problems. I took I bought that question paper also for the previous board exams. I solved those questions, and for particularly for this question paper solving, what I used to do is, it was my self commitment. What I used to do is, I used to sit on a room, my room, study room, and start the timer, start the clock, and follow that timer with the alarm. That particular time frame, I will solve my complete question paper and I will not go beyond that time. So that helped me to practice not the just solving question paper, but it helped me to solve that question paper within the time. So it gave me two superpowers. It gave me that confidence that I can solve those question papers. I can solve any maths problem. And it gave me another superpower, that with that confidence also, it gave me a kind of knowledge to solve different or variety of questions. So this has helped me when I was like before the what you call the preparation exams. I used to give mock exams. So those mock exams, I used to score more than 90% in all maths papers. So I practice it for other subjects also, for chemistry and physics also. But particularly for maths, I was consistently scoring more than 90% in all the practice exams. And when I had good board scores, enough, the scores were enough high that it gave me eligibility to get qualified for top, like some of the top 10, among the top 10 engineering college. I was qualified to get qualified for the engineering entrance exam, for the engineering admission. Okay, so I was so much confident, and it gave me that benefit also. So the point here is that, so my dear friends, the point here is that you need to practice solving as many as possible mathematical problems. That is the key over here. So you can do it by various methods. As I mentioned, you can use your existing textbooks, you can solve your previous year's questions papers, and also you can appear for various mock tests. Various maybe coaching institutes are there who conduct this kind of mock test. There are online mock tests available, or even if nothing is available, or something is limiting you, maybe financially or maybe from time perspective, you can do it at your own pace, but make sure that you practice enough. So that is the key over here. Whenever you are preparing for kind of mathematics entrance or aptitude exams. So if you're beginner in this field, or maybe you are a medical person, or you're from biology background, so there are more chances that you might not have um, this kind of mathematical background, because as a medical student or as a biology student, you don't practice maths enough. So what you can do is, you can start your preparation as soon as possible. This will give you more time frame, so that you can practice more, and then you can focus on accuracy, particularly at the start of your preparation. You need to make sure that the quality is better, that accuracy is better. uh, then as you get more confident, you can time the your question paper, solving the questions, how much time you can solve. So that is something that you can prepare. So you need to have that balanced study for covering all the topics, because yes, math is important, but apart from that, other things are also important. But when it comes to maths, uh, like I still remember that in my childhood, I was knowing that in my times, maths was considered as a king of all subjects. So for a time being, I did not realize, but right now, I realize that maths is really a subject or a skill which is applicable and used across various fields and domains. Even when it comes to uh, even artificial intelligence in healthcare, that artificial intelligence is also based on the maths principle. When it comes to physics, then that is also based on some mathematical principles. So the point here is that maths is the king of all subjects. So you need to prepare that also. Okay. Then when you come at a certain point of time and when you feel that you don't have any options available, or maybe you are stuck at somewhere and you don't see what should be your next step. So at that point of time, I would suggest you to seek guidance from mentors and coaching institutes. If you are already part of any coaching institute, you can seek their guidance. So somebody asked me on LinkedIn, that's why I'm creating this video for that person. So I hope this video will be useful for you also, because you are also in that similar position. So this is how, like, even if you are a beginner, there are various things here that you can do. You need to prepare for that. Okay. So there are certain things that you need to avoid, because everybody will tell you what should be done, or maybe you might be also seeking something that, oh, these are the things that I need to do, but very rarely people focus on what should be avoided and what you should not give much attention to. Okay, so things to avoid: firstly, relying solely on the shortcuts without understanding underlying concepts. So at the beginning of this video itself, I told you that the very first principle is that the preparation for the fundamentals or the basics. So if your basics is not clear, you will face many complications even if you learn few tricks here and there. But if you are making some mistakes in basics, those tricks will not take you longer. Okay. Then procrastinating or irregular study habits. Believe me, procrastination or time management is one of the critical skill. I still struggle for that in my day-to-day routine. But the thing is that being aware about that that you are making that procrastination, that could be your first step towards removing or managing this postponement of your task and assignments. So you need to plan the things, and when you plan them, make sure that you plan them with all possible buffers, whatever uh, possible distractions are there. If you are preparing for CAT along with your job, you need to make sure that you consider the job related or employment related timings, and then you adjust your study schedule. Or if you are only just preparing for exams, then you need to plan accordingly. And if there is something which is stopping your or is coming in between your studies, please make sure that you get rid of all the distractions, and then only you can move ahead on this. So the distraction is one of the reason why you procrastinate. Another reason is the need for perfection. Quality is important, but perfection is not required. You can like perfection is required at certain places only and at certain occasions only. So people mistaken this concept of perfection and quality both are same. No, these are two different concepts. Focusing on the quality is different parameter, and focusing on the perfection is something different. So when you are preparing for something, you can always have your first version and then build on that first version and then build your skill on top of that. So that is how you take one step at a time. So do not make or fall in this trap that, oh, I will do it first at very first attempt. Yes, it's very dreamy kind of situation. It's very desirable, but sometimes it may not be practical. So you need to make that judgment, and you need to take that decision in what aspect you need that perfection and where you should delay certain things. Okay, so that's about time management. Then another mistake that people do is they ignore the weaker areas. So the thing is, my advice is that first of all, you need to identify what are your weaker areas, and that can be only done by you attempting those mock tests, as I mentioned earlier. So practice those mock tests, and then you will yourself realize where you are falling back, okay, or falling behind. So identify those weaker areas and work on them step by step manner. ऐसा नहीं है कि just आज ही I will overcome my all weaknesses. It will never happen. So be practical, be mindful about your weaknesses, which weaknesses you want to focus on, which you can postpone or you can work on later. Apart from that, overloading study with study materials. This is one of the common mistake that people keep on studying. As I mentioned, the ideal way is to study it, then practice it, like actually do certain mock tests. Then you find out what are the weaknesses or which are the areas where you're facing some difficulties. Then go back and revise those areas, improve the areas where you are facing those difficulties. Then again go back and do that mock test again, and do this iteration multiple times point of time. The more you do this repetition, the more you will get better at it, and more you will reach towards your perfection. There is a quote by Bruce Lee, you might have already heard, that I do not fear a man who knows 10,000 kicks and he has practiced it once, but I fear a man who has who knows only one kick but he has practiced it 10,000 times. So that is the key over here, that practice repetition will give you that confidence and that skill. Okay. So when it comes to skills, there are certain skills that you need to develop on. So when it comes to this quantitative aptitude exams kind of thing, you will need to have you need to develop the skill related to numerical reasoning, mathematical reasoning has to be there. Then another skill is problem solving, like how you can construct a mathematical problem from kind of scenario kind of mathematical problems. Your mathematical proficiency related to all the aspects we discussed earlier, the algebra, arithmetic, all those aspects has to be dealt properly. Then you need to develop logical thinking, because when it comes to exam, it's not just like you know the formulas and you how you can solve the problems. It's about applying the right formula at right place in a right manner. So that is something that you can develop by logical thinking. Then you need to have that analytical skills. You need to have speed and accuracy in your calculations. So that can only come by practice and practice. First, you need to focus on accuracy, and then you build on that accuracy with the speed development. Okay. Then you need to understand the basics, basic mathematical concepts. As repeating this point again and again, because fundamentals really does matter. They need to have ability to interpret and analyze the data. So I have certain bonus tips. I hope this video was useful and has you. If you like this video till now, please give a thumbs up. It gives me a feedback. Even if you don't like it, let me know in the comment section what are the points that you don't agree on. So let's move to our bonus tips to improve your performance in the exam. So overall in preparation area, while you are preparing for this quantitative exams, please identify weaker areas and work on those in a systematic manner. Then you need to have a solid conceptual understanding of the fundamentals. Then you need to understand the problem solving techniques. So for approaching the same problem, you can have different approaches. So you need to understand those things that can be possible when you have solid understanding of the concepts. And as I mentioned, whenever you are getting stuck, please go and seek the guidance. You need to review and analyze your strategy and your overall performance. You need to measure how you are performing, because if you cannot measure it, you cannot control it. That same principle applies to time management also. You need to be conscious and well planned with your time management, even during preparation, regarding the studies, how you will solve the problems in the exam. That also kind of time management schedule you should. Then mock test is a really game changer and a tool, helpful tool, which can help you in a longer run. Uh, Irrespective of this, all these preparation tips, one thing that you need to make sure that um, you need to stay calm and confident. Uh, it can be developed by practice, by having that determination that you will certainly succeed in this exam, and that is what I wish for you. And I hope this video has given you certain clarity. I'm not saying that all the questions might have been answered, but stay tuned with this channel where I share various tips, tutorial ideas related to CAT entrance exam preparation also. So please do subscribe to the channel and let me know in the comment section what are the things, what are the steps that you are going to take uh, for your CAT preparation, particularly for quantitative aptitude subject preparation. So that's all from my side now. And this is Dr. Nitin signing out.